Sola here. I wanted to say thank you so much for joining us. I am super excited. We have a really special guest. Her name is Julie Jones, and she's joining us from sunny England. For anyone who doesn't know her, she is an amazing pastry chef. Not only does she have, amazing pastry like making skills, she offers really great classes on the internet. I guess one of the pros of COVID was the ability to be able to share some of these amazing experiences with people like Julie. And also she has 2 books that she has written, which I own both of them over here. One of them is called The Soulful Baker, and the other one is called The Pastry School. So anyone who's looking for a really good book to help you with, pie crust and how to get basically art pieces out that you really don't want to eat, definitely purchase those books. The reason I really wanted to talk to Julie, everyone knows we have recipes on the website, but with Julie, she's embraced the art of using her food to embrace the mind, body, and soul. So here's Julie, and thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Hi, from Carlisle, North England, which you're right, it's very sunny at the minute, unusually, so it's beautiful. Yeah, it's good.
So tell me more about yourself, Julie. I don't know why we're flying, Mama.
More about me. So, okay, well, I am a mum of 3 boys, single mum of 3 boys. So busy working mum, but I've got a 21-year-old, unbelievably, he'll be 21 this year, a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old. And I retrained to be a chef when I was 30, so that's coming up to 14 years ago. So I decided just to take a complete U-turn in my career. I was working in an office as a bookkeeper in a property development firm, and I just kind of was getting more bored by the day, and I fell in love with feeding people. Not so much cooking first. I fell in love with feeding people. So my mum was always the feeder of the family, so I never really had that, I never really had to do it. So, but when I moved out of my home and I met my younger boy's dad, I started cooking for him, and he really appreciated it. And it was that I fell in love with, the other person's appreciation of my food. And I suddenly found out that I really enjoyed thinking about menus, what I can cook. Started doing dinner parties for friends. I wanted to start cooking for my mum instead of her cooking for me. So I really got enthralled by cooking, I guess. So I decided to pack my job in and go back to catering, go to catering college, which was a bit of a risk because I already had a 9-year-old and a full-time job, but I did it. So I did 3 years training. I loved it, and just as I was qualifying, I wanted to go and work in top-end restaurants. That's really what I wanted to do. And but just as I was finishing my 3 years and had a pretty good job lined up or on the cards, my mum became ill suddenly. She became suddenly ill, and I also found I was pregnant with Oscar, my 2nd child. So I actually never got to work in a professional kitchen because my family was the first priority, and it always would be. So I found myself with 2 kids and my mum who had really aggressive and really fast, rapid dementia. So the cooking career was put to a halt almost before it even began. But yeah, in a weird way, it swung around, and I have made a career in food, just not the conventional route. So that's how I got into cooking professionally. Even though I didn't go into a professional kitchen, I started food writing and food styling, and I got picked up on Instagram.
So so you said you did your own food styling. So were you taking your own pictures as well?
I always take my own pictures, yeah. So yeah. It's always just been me in my kitchen, just doing my thing. That's always been how it is. It still is.
Oh wow! So you can add photographer to the list too, because I've seen your pictures and they're pretty fabulous.
Yeah, I just do it with my phone. Nothing else.
Seriously? Oh wow!
Yeah, I haven't got any fancy equipment or anything like that. But my food has been photographed by professional photographers, obviously for the books and for magazine shoots and stuff like that. But yeah, the Instagram path has been a really unexpected one and a lovely one. I've made lots of connections, and books have came out of it, TV appearances have came out of it, a viable working, you know, money earning careers came out of it. So it's all good. It's all good. Oh, you've gone quiet. You've muted.
Sorry, I actually just realized earlier on I might have been muted. So hopefully at the beginning.
I don't think you were.
Oh,
I
okay, good. So
yeah, so that's it. Instagram's been a real support, you know, support when things were tough, when I was just posting my stuff for no reason other than just posting what I like to do and connecting with people, the people that maybe the parents had dementia and stuff like that. And then it led to a book. I was actually asked if I would like to write my first book, which is a slightly more unconventional way of publishing a book as well, which was nice. So yeah, I got offered a book deal, and I thought, wow, yeah, that's exciting. Why not? And then I realised, how on earth am I going to do that? But I managed. Luckily, I'm very organised. So it was a learning curve. The second one. Yeah, totally.
I forgot. Sorry, which one was first? Because I bought both of them.
Soulful Baker. So
and you have a third one coming out, right?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of writing it now. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Really amazing photographer on board. Yeah, just super excited. It's going to be so different from the other two. I can't say it. I'm not allowed to say too much yet, but it's going to be amazing. So that should be out July next year.
Well, I can't wait to talk to you about that again.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, actually. It's totally different, so it'll be good. But I've got a lot going on in between. I've got a house move, juggling kids. They're going to be broken up for summer soon. Yeah, but we can manage. Deep breath.
I know. Well, honestly, I follow you on Instagram. I love the fact that you have gorgeous pictures, and and you have a lot of inspirational quotes that out there. It seems like you've been doing a lot of reading. And
yeah, I have. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'm reading a good book at the minute. I keep sharing daily snippets from it, which is a really good book. The Mindful Year, it's called. 1 page, 1 day for a year. It's really good.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm going to definitely make sure that I check that out and stuff. So the first book you were asked to write, and then obviously the first book was a success, and I guess they said, hey, do you want to write another book? And
yeah, I was offered the opportunity to write another one, but I was asked to do that book specifically. Is that the right word? Specifically? Yeah, because pastry is my thing. So it was a very kind of, technical book, which was good. I enjoyed it, and I hope it's helped people, but it's not probably my thing going forward, because I like a bit of freedom. I like that creative freedom, and I think now that if people have got that book and they know how to get the pastry right and everything else, nail that, and then the creativity can flow. I mean, that's one thing that's very important about, I like to stress on my photos on my page. I hope that you see that I post my baked pictures, and because a pretty picture doesn't necessarily mean delicious food, but it's very important to me, being a trained chef, that that everything that I do make actually is baked well, tastes great, textures on, you can't always convey that through an image. But it is, you'll have to just trust me on that one.
I do trust you. Yeah, because I remember I did a class with you, and this was a time when, because of the difference, I did at 5 a.m. I think it was 5 a.m. in the morning or something like that.
Yeah.
It was super early, but because of your, the preparation you told us to do, and as we were you were checking on us as we went along, and afterwards, I cannot tell you the number of compliments that I got on that tart, and everyone was just like, "You really made it?" I'm like, "I really made it." I'm like, "I did." Yeah, and I did this online course, and I was really looking forward to, I know, as I mentioned, you do the pie making
Yeah,
you know, the pie decorating course, and you also do the pasta ones. I was really looking
yeah.
forward to that. So I'm hoping you're going to be offering some more in the future.
I will. I've just got so much on at the moment, that I had to kind of cut back on the online Zoom dates, just with the house move and writing the book. You can't spread yourself too thinly because I like to do a job well. So I find that if I just focus on the book at the moment, and then I know that I've got I'm giving it my all.
It's funny because I just had a fly that hit me in the face too. I
I
think it
know,
was the
me too. It's like it came through the screen.
all right. So, um, my question to you: what has been your favorite moment being on this journey? I mean, obviously, I've been following you, and I've gone through like your Instagram stories, and it seems like there's been a lot of them. I saw that you messaged Jamie Oliver. I remember when Jamie came out. Like he came out, I guess, when I was still in England years ago, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
I'm a
that
big
was
fan, by the
definitely
way.
a highlight. That's definitely a highlight. I've had a lot of highlights, but yeah, meeting Jamie was awesome, obviously, and I've met him a few times now, and he's a good guy. But like highlights, God, the thing was, I was like so under pressure with so many things over the past few years that some of the highlights they just didn't register. Do you know what I mean? Until now, maybe that my head's clearer. I've gone through that grief. I've gone through divorce. My headspace is really in a really clear and happy place. That now that I can probably enjoy them more upon reflection. Like at the time, it was just like I was just numb for a lot of it and just like going through the motions. But yeah, obviously meeting Jamie, winning the OFM Instagram award was a good one back in 2018. I mean, that was an achievement considering that it's just me in my kitchen. Do you know what I mean? So that was a big moment. TV appearances are always fun, and meeting people like photographers that I've worked with, and yeah, there's been a lot. Yeah, there's been a lot, to be honest. It's all been good when I think about it. It's all just came from a bag of flour and a block of butter, really.
Yeah, I mean, I've read your recipes, especially the ones that you make reference to your family members. And
Yeah.
there's like a lot of family recipes, and I can really feel the love and the emotion in that, and it's been great. And the reason also I really wanted to talk to you was, as I mentioned, the whole mind, body, and soul thing. At Mind, Body, and Soul Sisters, we talk about empowering, women. And with you, you've always been very real. You've not hidden the fact that you were going through a divorce. You've been very open about your journey, and you just mentioned depression right now, and depression is a real thing.
Mm.
I always emphasize to everyone, it's not just a chemical imbalance. It's way more than that. And a lot of the times we don't even know what we're going through until,
Oh,
we're on the
yeah.
other side.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't know. I was depressed, to be quite honest. I was never diagnosed. But I can clearly see that I was now that I'm out of it. Everything's colourful now. Everything, my music is uplifting. I wake up energized. I look forward to every day. Like I didn't realize how weighed down and grey I was. But when I think about it, it's no wonder. I went through 10 years of, seeing my mum forget me, bring up 3 kids a lot of the time on my own because my husband worked away. I had my 14-year-old son thrown out of my house, and I was put in a position where I couldn't go. That was another bereavement. And then my mum died. Then my stepdad, who was my dad, he died 5 months after. I was going through a divorce at the same time. I had to go through a house move, so it's like no wonder I was bogged down and still having to try and earn money and make this career work. So it was a lot, but I was functioning, I guess. I was just functioning and not seeing all the good things for what they were. But now that I'm divorced, we're friends. The grief is turned to just memories of love, not that deep sadness. So now that I can appreciate my freedom and being able to be me again, do you know what I mean? Not having to look after those extra people as well. And I feel like I've got some space. I feel like I've come back to life, honestly. And I feel like I look at myself and I don't recognize myself from a year ago. I feel like there's color in my cheeks. Like I can see beauty everywhere. Does that make sense? Like everywhere I walk, I can appreciate the nature around me, where before I was completely blinkered, you know. I can remember I used to wake up and I used to just feel so exhausted, and I used to sit on the loo, and I had at home I had this like radiator beside me, and I just the amount of times I just used to rest on it and just think, oh God, you know. But I didn't realize that at the time that I will have been depressed. Yeah, without a doubt. So it's nice to be out of it, you know. But I did a lot of healing, self-healing, reading, Reiki. Reiki was a huge change for me. I believe that changed my life, honestly. And the connection I made with the woman that practices the Reiki on me. And just, you know, the light returning little by little, and it just created that little chink of energy, and I just let it, you know, soak in. So yeah, it was a tough 10 years, you know, but I don't think people realize maybe how tough.
Well, you know, firstly, I just want to say, you know, just hearing your story and you being brave enough to share it, you know, I really appreciate it. And I think you are, you know, obviously I've told you your food is gorgeous. I think you are gorgeous, like, and the things that you sent and the fact that you have been, you know, supportive, you know, obviously, I know you were just another Instagram face, but just even throughout your book, the dementia organizations that you support, and the fact that you have succeeded on getting on the other side, you are a success, and you worked hard to, you know, reach this goal, and it gives hope to, you know, other women out there. You know,
Yeah,
hard work and
and appreciate it, and support is a huge thing, you know. Like I look back on especially the past 18 months, and the support of my friends has just been, you know, God, if you didn't have your friends and even like, you know, your online followers and things like that. I mean, my followers have always been so supportive, so nice. I don't get any negativity on my feed at all. You know, I think I've maybe had one or two daft silly comments in how many years have I been doing this? I don't know. You know, it just doesn't filter through. Everyone has been so amazing, from you know, seeing my mum go through her dementia and knowing that I'd lost her, and and every day, you know, I wake up and there's some positive comment of somebody or some DM, or and hopefully that comes to me because I give it out. That's what I try and give out myself, you know. I always try and answer people if I can. I know, like you were trying to get me on, and I said I will. I just sometimes I get bogged down, but I am busy, you know. I am a single mom at the end of the day, and people think I have a team. I don't have a team. It's just me. So
maybe it's time to get some social interns who need work experience, right?
Yeah. Maybe yeah. I need to take it up a notch for that, though.
I know, but seriously, you know, the fact that you were able to talk to us, and I mean, you obviously have a big following, you know, over Instagram, and as I said, I think you are, you know, you are artists with food, and you make the most gorgeous things. I wanted to just, you know, especially as the England match is on, I'm really sorry about the timing right now.
No, it's all right. I can hear my kids shouting again. Hold on a minute.
Okay, no worries.
What? Nothing. Right, can you just... We're just getting blank. Oh, I see. Is it a scarf? 1-0. Oh, 1-0 to England. And it was in the first 14 minutes, apparently.
I know, they're making up for the last time.
Yeah. So I thought I'd better check on them, but they're just making a den.
Yeah.
More for me to clean up.
I just wanted to ask you about if there was anything else you would like to share, and so wrap up so we can.
I think I get asked. I do get asked like how to start an Instagram feed quite a lot, or I get asked about, you know, how do you grow a following and things like this. And I always just say, just be you, you know, just be you and do your thing, and don't worry about the followers and the numbers, because if you're giving out you, and your energy and a positive energy and you're genuine, the followers will come naturally anyway. You know, there's such a big thing, especially in the youth of today, that, you know, they get affected if their post doesn't get the amount of likes that they were expecting, or, you know, or they lose a few followers or something like that. I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter if you're consistent, if you're you and people like you, they will come and follow you. Do you know what I mean? And if they leave you, well, that's absolutely fine. There's no worries, is there? So yeah, and if you want to start off baking and doing something a bit unique, or finding your own style in food, which I get asked a lot, is, you know, just play around and find your own confidence. You know, it's great to be inspired by other people or things around you, but it's just having the confidence to do something a little bit different and unique, which comes from here. And, you know, if some people don't like it, it doesn't matter. If you are happy with it, it's the same with any art, I guess. Like, my son is really into his music and he's got his own little thing. And I think we'll just keep going. I encourage him to keep going with that, because, you know, if everybody was the same, we wouldn't have anyone unique or different to follow. So yeah, I guess just ultimately be yourself on social media, and it'll shine through, you know.
And was there any like dementia organizations that you wanted to share information about?
Well, I personally support Alzheimer's Society. It's just the one that I've always supported through my mum when she was ill. I walk like a 26-mile walk. I didn't do it last year because of COVID, but it's rolling on this year. So it's going to be on the 7th of August, I think. So it'll be the third one I've done. 26-mile walk, Alzheimer's Society, around the Lake District. So I'll do loads of stories. But my aim is to do all 6. They've got 6 walks. So we've done, this will be our 3rd one. So we'll do all 6 and hopefully raise as much as we can. You know, I just think it's it's just becoming more and more common, and it's affecting so many families. And, you know, it's horrendous for the sufferer. It's just absolutely awful, but it's also horrendous for the family. It's like heartbreaking. It really is a tragic thing, and it affects you. You know, even if you think you're being strong and holding it together, it does really get to you.
For sure.
So my heart goes out to anybody that is going through that situation right now. But yeah, seek help. Actually, I would say seek help and support for you as the carer, because you don't realize how much it takes its toll.
Originally, I had reached out to you, Julie, because, you know, I read your story about your mom. And for me, it touched a chord because, you know, my mom is suffering from breast cancer and she's terminal. And because of COVID, I am far away and I can't see her. So it's been, you know, pretty tough. And like you, I needed to find, you know, a way to cope. And for me, it's been the creation of this blog, which is, you know, Mind, Body and Soul Sisters. And it's a way for women to empower them, you know, the mind, body and soul and themselves by, you know, different means. And it's especially exciting for me to talk to you today because you embrace all 3 of the things that we stand for. It was really great talking to you. And thanks again for, you know, for joining us, especially with the football match going on.
Oh, it's no problem, honestly, no problem. I probably went off on a bit of a tangent there, but that's
oh, no worries.
That's keeping it real, isn't it? Hi, my name is Julie Jones, and I'd love for you to follow Mind, Body and Soul Sisters. This is a blog about empowerment for women and supporting each other. I've just done a wonderful interview, and if you would like to sign up, follow both of our pages for a chance to win my books, Soulful Baker and The Pastry School.
Thanks, everyone. And thank you, Julie. Okay.
You're welcome.